Hello my friends, Domination Tips, right back with the next episode of the Worldwar for you. Over the weekend I was not able to be that active due to the fact that I was at home with my family and I wanted to spend some time with them, so I could not upload that much. But now I'm again back at the university, and like you probably know, when you are following my videos for longer, I can be active much more and show you some more videos and something like that, some more content. And I want to compensate this by making a more detailed and a longer episode today about our current World War and show you some very daily evaluations and analysis we are doing in the World War to see how strong the enemy is, how good the enemy is doing about our bases, and how big the danger is, which is outgoing from the enemy to our alliance. And there you can just easily take some simple values or even statistics to evaluate how strong the enemy is. The very most obvious statistic or value is the total amount of stars which were taken and which is finally indicating which alliance will win and which alliance will lose. But in total, this worth is very, very depending on other values and on other statistics, so don't take it so too serious. Like you see in our current World War, if you're only focusing on this total star amount, you would say, enemy alliance has 6 stars more, so obviously the enemy alliance is in advantage. But this is definitely not in the case, because you have to take other values into consideration, and for example the amount of attacks which were already done. And there you see at the enemy side 42 attacks and at our side 23 attacks. That is nearly the double amount. That means the enemy got only 6 stars more than we have with the double amount of attacks. In total, that means the enemies have a very, very less coordination and efficiency than we have. Let's go on. The next very obviously value you can go about is just going to the battle history and see, okay, enemy number, let's see something very obvious. Enemy number 8. Enemy number 8 is Industrial Age, attacked our number 25. 25 of us is an Enlightenment Age player who entered the Enlightenment Age very, very previous and is now quite new to the Enlightenment Age. So his defensive buildings are gunpowder, and enemy is an Industrial Age maxed out offensive player. That means industrial offense attacks at least gunpowder defense, and that means the offense is quite 2 ages above the defense and only took 51%. If there would be 2% less, it even would have only been 2 stars, and that means Industrial Age took only 2 very close 3 stars at the Gunpowder Age base. That means it was a very, very bad attack in total if you criticize it very objective, not wanting to insult anyone. So you can just very easily see which enemies attacked or which of your own players attacked which bases and how strong were they. Next point you can go about, and which is really depending on the point we mentioned before, are the coalitions. And there you can see, when you only go over here, you see the enemy number 2 attacked Industrial Age, attacked my base. So both of us are industrial, and that seems pretty solid. He got 89% at my base. That is nearly complete destruction. But now, what I mentioned to you, what you are not taking into consideration currently, are the coalitions. And that you can see at the battle history, over here at the right and at the left side, or you can just go closely in and look over here, and there you see the enemy has very strong level 1 American coalition for his airplanes, level 5 very strong Aztecs coalitions for his barrack troops, and level 3 Cherokee coalition for his health and the healing of his heal cards. In total he has 3 offense coalitions active. I have no defense coalitions active. That means 2 nearly equal guys with the same age attacked. He attacked my base, but he has 3 offense coalitions active and only got 3 stars at my base. In total, that means I defended very, very well. And so you can just easily evaluate. Let's go on to point 3, the coordination of attacks. There you can just easily see if an alliance is very good coordinated. All of the players are doing their first attack if they are not completely... if there are 2 kinds of strategies. The first kind of strategy which you can do is just tell everyone, come on, attack your mirror number. That means I'm number 1, attacking enemy number 1. I'm number 2, David number 2 attacks enemy number 2, and so on. So you see Zeratul number 5 attacks enemy number 5, and ongoing. You could also do, if the enemies are too strong for you, you can just split the enemies up and give everyone specific targets. But that is just happening in the very littlest amount of cases. Very often the enemies are very attacking, very uncoordinated and wild, unstructured, very often the same targets, and that you can see quite over here. You see very many attacks are not done, or very many attacks are done and nearly failed. So you see enemy number 4 industrial got only 1 star at our level 9 industrial. Over here you see some pretty 2 attacks were already done, and this does not seem very structured. So we are coming to the next point, to our communication. And when you talk about communication, you have to see that there has to be 1 attack at every enemy in total. So when you are attacking an enemy, this gives you at least 5 stars, or if something is going wrong, then you get less than 5 stars. But if something is going wrong, you have to communicate to the next one who can attack or who wants to attack this number. And then if you have a very clear communication, the first attacker can give an intel or some knowledge to the second attacker and tell him, okay, my problems were the traps are placed over here, or probably I triggered the town center, or I forgot to disable this building, the deploying of my troops was not fast enough, whatever. Just make a clear communication and say what went wrong and what is to improve about the second attack. So the second attacker has a quite huge knowledge to attack the same number and then get 5 stars. So in total, if you are a good alliance and if you are good communicating between every or each of your members, then you only need 2 attacks at all, or at least at every enemy, because after the second attack the 5 stars should have been taken. That's very obvious, and that's what I meant with communication. At least you can also see the strategy as last point, which you can take into consideration for evaluating the enemy alliance. And there you can see quite over here, go to your alliance and look at the defenses. At least if the enemy alliance is perfect, there's always only 1 defense and not defended. That means 1 attack, 5 stars, and the enemies are through. So that would be the perfect case. But very often, you see over here, let's search for one example. Here, for example, number 21, or also not an even better example, number 24, number 26, it doesn't matter. We'll only take, let's take number 24 as example. You see here are 3 defenses, so 3 enemies attacked over here. Let's see now in the battle history where they attacked at our number 24. Where they are. Number 24. Come on. It's a little bit laggy. Hopefully not in my attack later. Here we have the first attack. So you see enemy number 20. He is Enlightenment Age, I checked. And our number 24, he is Gunpowder Age. So the Enlightenment Age with 1 offense coalition level 2 attacked our Gunpowder Age player and only got 2 stars. So that means the first attack went wrong, and now he in best case would communicate with the second attacker and give him an intel. Let's see for the next attacker, where we have the next attack on 24. Here we have the next attacker attacked on 24 and got even less stars than the first attacker. That's very, very bad, because if both of these guys would have communicated, this situation would very surely not have been the same. So this was miscommunication, very, very obviously. Let's see for the last attack at number 24. Here we have the last attack, then enemy number 12, a way stronger attacker, Industrial Age, attacked our Gunpowder Age player with even 1 level 3 offense coalition and got 5 stars. So in total, the enemies wasted 2 attacks and only the third one could get 5 stars. In total, that means it's a very bad efficiency of the enemies. And if you cumulate up or add all of this, aspects together, you see that the enemy alliance is quite uncoordinated, uncommunicative, and some probably not very good players are in them. In total, you can see the enemy alliance is quite no danger to us due to the fact, or nevertheless of the fact, that they have currently more stars than we have. Hopefully this was quite informative or cool for you to know. Let's see for my generals before I attack. I can just not take my Napoleon with me because he's currently upgrading also to level 14. My aim is to get both of these generals to level 21 to have them as my my main generals, as well as in defense as well as offense. So I will take Nobunaga with me. I think I have some donated troops which I can use. Yes, they are quite okay. I also have my mercenaries. Yes, they are there. Planes are there. Tactics are trained. Very perfect. So let's get in and scout the enemy number 1, which I'm going to attack. Over here we have the base. Very obviously we see level 9 and even level 10 walls. They are quite high. Not extraordinary high, but also not very low walls, so his walls are quite okay. Defensive buildings also nearly all are upgraded to industrial. Not all in total, but very many, and also some essential like the cannon towers and the tank depots and the anti-tank guns and something like this. What we see, we have a definite main area over here, right close to the town center, where we have all all tank depots, all bunkers, and the sniper tower. So my aim is to attack from the left side, wait until my troops have destroyed this mortar, then rally right inside over here, put my blitzkrieg just in the center, probably a little bit more to the top to get also the castle, where we have a level 14 and a level 10 general, and then when I have rallied inside most of these buildings. Yes, my troops can reach town center, both bunkers, sniper tower, as well as one tank depot, so most of his defensive buildings, which could be dangerous to me, very instantly. And when I put protect on them, they should go right into and do some severe damage. Let's see what we can do. So, enemy number 1. Tactics are ready, some stars are popping up in the background. Nevertheless, we go in. Okay. Until now, it worked quite perfectly. Am I recording? Yes, I am. Very, very perfectly. I hit all of my troops. Oh, there are very many traps, I see. Perfect position of the second sabotage. I will rally my troops right over here, because there are too many traps to stay inside. Okay, generals are coming down. Let's care for them. Nearly both generals are down. Okay, very nice. My protection duration also ended, but most of my severe troops are still surviving, so I can just use them. Over here we have also some obvious traps at the road, down here. Now I have to let my troops spread out. It's a very pity that all of my artillery ran in front and ran into the traps. It would be way better when some ranged infantry would go in front and go to the traps. But I think we are already through. Definitely not very hard. Indeed very easy to go through this base. Nevertheless, that some defensive buildings are upgraded very well, and the total base layout does not look that bad, but it was very easy to rally over here. We have one last spread out building, but I did not care about this fact because we have very much time, so I did not place a special troop down there. Here we are. Let's see for the other attacks, which were done quite in the background due to my attack. Okay, enemy number 10 attacked our number 7. Not bad, definitely not bad, but we have to take into consideration we have one weak, but one defensive coalition, one offensive coalition over here. Oh, come on. We see also our number 23 attacked very successfully enemy number 23. Both attacks are quite old, so we have only one new attack. In total, I don't think that this World War gets interesting in the end. The enemy will in the end go up to, I think, 180, 190 stars, but he will not get far above. And if we have to, we will also get to 200 stars, but otherwise we will only just make sure to win. So give me just some comments and some feedback down in the comment section whether you find it cool that I make this episode way more detailed to go explicitly and see how the enemy attacked at my base, for example, and something like this. So we'll see us soon, your domination tips.